Hi guys, James here, Gaming Central PH. Today we'll be reviewing and unboxing the Nyxi Flexi. By the way, we did receive some coaster and stickers from Nyxi since we got this during the holiday season. As usual, I will be reviewing this product as if I bought this with my own money. And just in case that you're interested, you can get this for only $53 using my code. The Nyxi Flexi is kinda heavy compared to their other controllers. It's like military grade. Inside the box, you have the manuals, extra face buttons, a charging cable which looks cheap, and of course, the dongle that we can use for PC. With just one click of a button, you can customize and adjust the RGB of your controller. I really appreciate this because it's really easy to do, not like other controllers out there that you have to push multiple buttons just to make it work. The Nyxi Flexi really stands out with this cool feature wherein you can swap the keypads for the face buttons or the ABXY buttons. You can also interchange the D-pad and the left joystick. This is a really cool feature just in case that you're gaming in different platforms like Nintendo Switch, PC, or mobile gaming. Let's set this up now like a Nintendo Switch Pro controller so that we can start playing Nintendo Switch games. You'll notice right away that the Nyxi Flexi is so comfortable to use and looks like you can use this controller for long gaming sessions. Speaking of gaming sessions, battery normally lasts for around 8 hours and the charge time is around 2 hours. For the buttons, what they're using are mechanical keys, and for the triggers, they're using Hall effect. It's analog, and for the joystick, they are using Hall effect sensing joysticks as well. In layman's term, that only means that your Joy-Cons will not experience stick drift. So what they're using here are circular rings, and the joystick are actually on the bigger side. So as you can see, I'm playing Cupheads right now, and the sticks are really accurate. I also like the face buttons, they're very tactile and responsive. The 6-axis gyroscope motion sensing is very spot on as well. Though this will only work for Nintendo Switch. If you're gonna be playing a PC game, this feature will not work. We're now playing using a PC. This is a Lenovo Legion Go. We're currently running on Steam OS. So yeah, by the way, it works on handheld PC as well and Steam OS. And as you can see, the joysticks are pretty accurate. One downside that I can see here is that if you're using a PlayStation layout controller, the analog sticks are kind of very close to each other. So there's a possibility that your thumbs might bump into each other just in case that you're gonna be both holding them at the same time. I would also like to point out that the vibration or the motor that they're using for this controller is really strong. Like you can really feel the vibration when you're playing any game. The build quality is pretty solid as well. It seems like you are using a controller with an armor. Like what I'm playing right now, Space Marine 2. It's like I'm wearing this armor whenever I'm playing this game, and the motor, the vibration is really strong. You can really feel it when you're firing the gun. But I think the Nyxi Flexi is actually built for PC. It's not really meant for Nintendo Switch. Simply because the triggers that they're using here are analog triggers, so it's best for shooter games and games like Elden Ring. The Nyxi Flexi is really a flexible controller because you can use it to different platforms and you can just simply swap out the face buttons, the D-pad, just in case you want a different layout. I game on different system, and for every system I have a dedicated controller. Simply because I don't want to memorize the pattern of each controller every time that I'm using it. So if you're gonna be using the Nyxi Flexi, this is the only controller that you'll be needing. They have 4 mappable back buttons that you can customize, and the grips that they have is pretty solid. I just don't like the charging cable that they have that came with the package because it feels cheap. And I also don't like the fact that you don't have an option to change the triggers. Because with their Nixie Master, you have an option if you want a short distance trigger or a long distance trigger. I would also like to mention that they do have turbo function for this controller, and the D-pad is really nice. Well, so far, Nixie only made one controller that has a bad D-pad, which is the Hyperion series. Nyxi Flexi is definitely one of the most versatile controller that you can find now in the market. And with a price tag of $53, this controller is really worth it. If you're interested in getting the Nyxi Flexi, you can check the description box of this video. By the way, this is my upcoming video comparing two of the best versatile controller in the market. Stay tuned!